Hey everyone, welcome to Sam's Sports Corner episode 49. We're going to jump right in. We're going to talk about the CFL real quick. Johnny Manziel was traded to the Montreal Alouettes from my team, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, which was kind of upsetting. But his debut's against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Not a great start for, a team who's been watching your literally every move for the last 2.5 months. But hey, it wasn't a great start. He had 4 interceptions, I would say 3 of which were not his fault. He made some great tackles, but everyone is shitting on Johnny Manziel. I don't think it's fair because the Montreal Alouettes hadn't won a game yet. They're the worst team in the Canadian Football League, and everyone expected that he just comes in and it fixes everything. He was doing everything he could. One of his interceptions, he dodges one defensive end who comes screaming down the pipe, jukes around another one, does a nice little pass to his wide receiver who tips it up for a safety to come and intercept. It's the kind of athleticism that I've been missing from football, and I just need you to inject that straight in my veins, Demi Lovato style. I love watching Johnny Football do what he does best. He just needs a little bit of help around him. So anyone, all his haters out there, you can keep hating, but it's comeback season, and I'm ready to see Johnny do some damage. Next, into baseball. As of August 1st, the Red Sox were 40 games above 500. Those are astronomically high numbers. That's a good baseball team. The only thing anyone in the AL and eventually the NL can hope is that they don't keep this up. Hopefully they do what the Red Sox do best and they have some kind of meteoric collapse in September, October, and just shatter into a million pieces. That's what I want to see, obviously as a Cubs fan. Cubs are doing pretty well, not 40 games above 500 well. On to American football. The first touchdown of the year at the Hall of Fame game was by a fullback. That is some old school, hard-running football that I love to see. Brian Urlacher was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He had a great little speech. Ray Lewis was also inducted to the Hall of Fame. Not a great little speech. Not a great speech. Not a little speech. Basically an hour-long diatribe about the atrocities of human nature, human trafficking, and all kinds of other stuff. And I'm sorry, I just have a hard time listening to a guy talk about God and religion for an hour. When you murdered 2 people, you lose the right to preach at people, Ray Lewis, after you murder someone. So keep it in your house. So, Idiot of the Week. I got to give you a little background before we get into the Idiot of the Week. So, Urban Meyer was at the Big Ten Media Days. They asked him about something with his wide receiver coach being accused of abusing his wife. Urban Meyer, coach at Ohio State, was like, I don't know anything about it. Well, turns out that was a lie, and it's come out since then that he knew about it for like the last 3 years, I think back to 2015. Zach Smith is the wide receiver coach, and it turns out Urban Meyer knew about it and didn't say anything. So now he's released a statement saying, I put it through the proper channels, which is code speak for someone's going to take the fall for me because I'm a good football coach, and here at Ohio State we don't value humans or anything decent or respectful. We value football, so someone's going to take the fall for me on this. Urban Meyer's screwed. Outside of any of that, the court of public opinion is going to crush him, which is fine. Moving on from that, the Idiot of the Week. You all remember Joe Paterno, right? Stayed complicit and basically allowed a bunch of little boys to get raped under his watch at Penn State. His son, Jay Paterno, Idiot of the Week. Idiot of the frickin' century. For the most part, people are like, forgetting about the whole Joe Paterno. Like, hey, he let some boys be raped, but he was good at football, so we'll let it go. Jay Paterno comes out and was like, to the Ohio State staff, don't let the, court of public opinion, don't let the mob influence your decision. No, they absolutely need to let the mob influence their decision. They were right for doing it with your father, who was complicit in the rape of boys, and they need to do it here because that mob is the one who gives them their money. That's all that matters in this situation, is really, to the school, is the money. Will people stop watching because of Urban Meyer? And the answer is yes. Doesn't matter how good he is at football. Jay Paterno needs to shut up and stay out of it. This is literally it's mind-boggling that anybody even still listens to him speak, because your father was complicit in the rape of young boys. Maybe you should just sit this one out. Maybe wait another 20 years before you open your mouth there. And we actually have a last-minute breaking asshole of the week. It's going to shock you considering what the national media has been saying. LeBron James, who has been touted as a hero of the people for opening his I Promise school and funding it and doing all this for these at-risk inner-city kids, turns out that it is a public school, and he only funded 20% of it. Big deal, not going to take that away from him, but he's acting like he did this all on himself. He rode in the horse with his lightning bolt and made the I Promise school for these inner city kids, and he's paying for all of it. Nope. $10 million a year to run it, and he put up the first $2 million, and he helped kind of put it in the works. Gave no credit at all to the city of Akron. Let no one believe that it was a public school, but this is on the back of the taxpayers. So it's kind of an important part of all this, is that this is still a public school and it's funded by the people, not LeBron douchebag James, who literally only put up this school as a look at me, I'm the greatest human being ever, and it's just so typical of him. He puts himself up on this pedestal and we fall for it every time. Oh, LeBron James is such a great guy. He did the same thing to Akron, Ohio that he did to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He put it up there and then left without a shred of anything off to Hollywood to live his lavish lifestyle. And that's why LeBron James is the asshole of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.